Welcome to the Mindset Model, where identity meets destiny, where mindset becomes magic, and the version of you've only dreamed of, well, it's already within you. This is your portal to expansion, your permission to be seen, to take up space, to step fully into your truth. I'm Sarah Davis, and this is the Mindset Model. Welcome home. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Mindset Model podcast. I hope you are having the best week. So today, I want to speak directly to that part of you that's ever whispered the words, I'm not good enough. Because I have been there, I've lived there, and what I've learned is it's not about being perfect. It's not about being the best, straight away anyway. It's about improving. So when you shift from I'm not good enough to I'm improving, your entire life starts to change. And then you can be the best if you so wish so. So first of all, let's check in with ourselves. How many times have you told yourself you're not good enough? Maybe you've said to yourself, I'm not thin enough, I'm not smart enough, I'm not successful enough, I'm not skilled enough. The list goes on. I'm not together enough. Have you ever said that to yourself when you literally think you have to have everything together before you can start something? Well, my loves, this voice is a bloody liar. That voice comes from years of conditioning, from society, from comparison, from perfectionism, all disguised as ambition. And the truth is, it is keeping you stuck. So when we believe we're not enough, we don't actually try. We don't show up and we shrink ourselves and we settle. I see this all the time. I see the most talented, amazing people with the grandest ideas, but they listen to the inner critic saying that they're not good enough. And then they stop doing and they just accept and they settle. But according to who? Who said you're not good enough? So instead of asking, this is a little challenge for you, my loves, a little task, shall we say? So instead of asking, am I enough? Ask yourself, am I improving? Can you feel the difference there? Am I enough or am I improving? See, that's what it's about. It's just about improving. That really does open the door. It lets you show up as you are right now in this moment, with flaws and all, but with hope, with direction, with momentum, because momentum is where the magic lives. One tiny step forward creates energy, and energy creates belief. And belief, well, my loves, that is where the transformation begins. Now, momentum is one of my favorites. I love it so much. So here's an example for you. Think of riding a bike. When you first get on that bike, you're literally pushing down on the pedals. It feels so hard. It's a bit awkward when you push off. You're wobbling about a little bit. When you're pushing down on those pedals, it's a bit of a struggle, but as soon as you get into it, the momentum builds. You pedal less and it gets easier and easier and easier. And before you know it, oh my goodness me, you're just living your best life, coasting down those lovely country lanes. The same with a snowball. So you are at the top of that hill. It's just snowed. Beautiful white crisp snow. You've just picked up some snow. Now you're pushing it together, smashing it together to make this lovely little ball. It's, a bit tricky, isn't it? Trying to get that first compact ball. Then what you're going to do is roll that ball down the hill. As that snowball starts to build up that momentum, it picks up more snow and it gets bigger and bigger and faster. Before you know it, it's at the bottom of the hill and you've made Frosty's giant ass. Here we go. Now, think of that bike. Think of that snowball. That is your dream, your goal, your desire, your wish. It could be that little snowball. You just have to build that momentum. You just have to start. Now, the 1% Club, I've got to talk to you about this. I have mentioned this before, but I just bloody love it. So I'm going to tell you again and again because repetition is key. So last year, March 2024, when I was in Barcelona at a conference, there was this lovely keynote speaker. Now, first of all, I was like, I like what you're doing and I would love to do your job. She really inspired me. I was like, okay, I'm going to be a keynote speaker. But second of all, it was about what she was talking about. And she gave this idea of the 1% Club. And when we start a project or a new goal or whatever it is, we feel a lot of overwhelm of all these different things that we've got to do to get it done. All the millions of things. And then we get really frustrated. Oh my God, we need to get it done quickly and we want it done yesterday and all of this lot. But it's too much. So what if we only did 1% a day? And I love to compare this to like a fitness program. So when I first went to the gym many years ago, if I'd said to myself, right, next week I want to be having that full-on sexy J-Lo booty. I want that washboard abs. I want those sexy biceps, I want that next week. Obviously, that's not going to happen. Instead, you need to build at this. So committing to improving just 1% every single day. And that could look like maybe you're going to be drinking more water, getting outside more, turning off your inner critic, saying no when you're used to saying yes. Small, doable, honest steps in the right direction. And here is the mind-blowing part. If you improve by just 1% every single day, you will be 37 times better by the end of the year. Not 37%, 37 times. That is the compound effect. That is the power of momentum. I know, isn't that amazing? So if you have been waiting for a sign to start, this is it. You don't need to overhaul your life today. You just need to take one tiny step forward. And, you can say to yourself now, I'm not where I want to be yet, but I'm not where I used to be. I am improving and that is enough. Doesn't that feel so good? Doesn't that feel so empowering? So there we go. If this episode speaks to you, I would love to hear about your 1% momentum, your 1% club commitment. Make sure you share this episode with someone who needs a gentle reminder that growth doesn't have to be all flashy. It just needs to be true. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for showing up. Here is a reminder. You're not stuck. You're not broken. You're not too late, my love. You are improving every single day. And that is what makes you unstoppable. See you in my next episode.